Here's a story about a high school football coach whose leadership on the field was exceeded by his leadership off the field. Film director Jerry Buckheimer, Denzel Washington, and Disney studio executives were so impressed they took his story and made a movie of it. Alumni of Roswell High School affectionately know him simply as Coach Yoast.
Now, you want me to tell you the story about the movie? And in '68, '69, they closed all the black schools. So that threw all the black students in one high school, and most of them ended up in George Washington High School. All of our students were white. And that's what got the attention of Bruckheimer, and they decided to do a movie on it. Instead of having, say, 3 high schools, 3 football teams, 3 basketball, 3 track, 3 everything, now there's only going to be 1. Now, who's going to be the head coach, football coach? Who's going to be the head basketball? Who's going to be the head wrestling coach? When you have 3. So it was, most of the time it was done by seniority. And I had been there, and we had won the championship the year before. I'd been there for 10 or 11 years. It was just understood that I was going to be the football coach. Well, a week before the school opened, I got called in and told I didn't have the job.
Every head coach in the system is white. We had to give them something. It's the world we live in, God help us all.
They decided they had to have 1 black coach, and he happened to be in football, so he got the football job. Well, I was upset, you know, not so much to be a head coach, but I'd been head coach long enough, but my pride was hurt. I was really disappointed when they told me I had the job, and then, so I decided, well, I've been coaching 20-something years. I'll just get into something else, go into administration. But I didn't want to do that. I still enjoyed coaching. Cheryl, the little girl that was in the movie, she asked me what I was going to do, and I said, well, Cheryl, I don't know. She says, well, if you don't coach, they'll think you're going to coach just because Coach Boone's black. And that never crossed my mind. I didn't even know Coach Boone. Then when I started getting the phone calls, I decided to go and work with Coach Boone. The movie did not really do a good story showing the real volatile situation. One little girl that was paralyzed, kid hit her in the back of the neck with a belt, and it was one of the math teacher's daughters, things of that nature, really bad. But we made it through the year. We went undefeated. We won the state, the region, and all that. Coach Boone and I got along fine. We're different. We still are. We go around all over the country. We're still as different as we ever was. The movie was about people coming together, learning to work together, and you know, till this day, we meet once a month with that same group. We got a foundation. They have given 9 scholarships, full scholarships, from money that they've raised by going out and talking to the schools or the communities. And Coach Boone and I have traveled all over the country. And we were just up at Grand Rapids, where Keebler and Kellogg were merging. And I asked the CEO, I said, what in the world can 2 old football coaches talk to people about making cornflakes? He says, well, when you merge a couple of companies, you get a lot of egos involved. He said, you people had to deal a lot with egos. And I said, well, that's for sure we did. You know, because people had to swallow their ego, including me.
You've taught this city how to trust the soul of a man rather than the look of him. And I guess it's about time I joined the club. Herman, I sure could use your help. Ed Henry's kicking my ass out there.
Listen up. This is our time now. Second half is our time. We're going to make some changes on defense. It's spreading us out too far. We're going to put Sunshine, Allen, Glasgow, Davis. You're going to play both ways rest of the game. I don't want a receiver to get across that line of scrimmage. Coach Yoast will tell you where you're playing, all right? Let's go. It's our time. Everybody in. Our time, our time, our time. Titans on 3. 1, 2, 3, time.
And I guess I've learned humility. I was a poor boy raised in the country anyway, but I just feel so fortunate to be able to do what I'm doing, and in most cases get paid for it. Dr. Schweitzer made the statement once, says, I don't know what your lot's going to be in life, but I know the happiest of all people are going to be the people who have found a way to serve others, found a way to serve others, and that is so true. And I guess I've learned that. It's been not punched home to me just from the places I've been and the people I've been with. And I wanted to come back so much to Roswell with my daughters so they could see where I say this is where we started. This is where we started.
Ruby is a diabetic alert dog. She's a UK lab. Ruby is actually being trained and will be going to a 9-year-old in Baltimore.
Meet Ruby later on Newsday.